You talk about what makes our city very attractive. Education is clearly one of them. Transportation, you're working on making it even better in Pittsburgh. But the facts are that almost 2,000 people moved from New York, Philadelphia, and DC to Pittsburgh in 2010.
That's great news. You can attribute that, I think, to a couple of different things. First of all, our low cost of living. Those cities you mentioned, it is much more costly to live in New York City, of course, than it is in Pittsburgh. So I think the low cost of living is important, but also the quality of life that you have here, the cultural amenities that we have here. There's nothing that you can't do in Pittsburgh that you can do in New York City. So we have that big city feel, but we're also a small city that's easy to navigate and a great place to live. So I think the low cost of living, coupled with the high quality of life, and then places like Google where young people can now work, they can walk to work, and it's a good environment and atmosphere. That's the kind of jobs we want to create in Pittsburgh.
So looking at 2012 and into the future, next 5 to 10 years, what efforts are you specifically embarking on to make sure that we build off of this awesome momentum that's happening in Pittsburgh?
Well, I think there are a lot of things that are happening, but one of the most recent ones that we're focused on is an initiative called Power Up Pittsburgh. It's a collaboration between the corporate community and Carnegie Mellon University and the University of Pittsburgh. We all know very well that we have some brilliant minds here in Pittsburgh, some great college students, some great ideas that are being developed in labs at those universities. We need to commercialize them, create jobs, create small businesses, and so that effort will be the continuation of our work together, and it'll focus us all on that effort to try to keep those brightest minds here, because the bottom line is when you look 5 years from now, 10 years from now, in order to be a vibrant city, you have to create jobs and opportunity, and that's what our focus is.
And so who are you partnering with this collaborative? Who's involved with it?
Carnegie Mellon University, the University of Pittsburgh, the Allegheny Conference is also involved, which is, of course, the corporate leadership, and then the mayor's office. And never before have all four of those entities focused on job creation and economic development and how we strategically work together. Of course, we all are working towards the same goal, but to bring it under one umbrella, I think, is unique and hopefully will allow us to do some great things.
Sounds very promising. Let's switch gears now and talk about the city's capital budget. What's really important for residents, Mayor, as you well know, is that their garbage is picked up, that their streets are free of potholes and paved.
Sure.
So paving, what's the plan this year? It's April, so we're going to be paving very soon.
We expect to start paving the middle of April. April 15th, tax day, thereabouts, we'll start paving. The good news is we've had a really, really mild winter, so we've saved some money on manpower and also rock salt. We're going to pour all those dollars right back into street paving. We expect to pave about 60 miles of road this year, which is double what we did last year, and it's the most we've ever done since I've become the mayor. It's a priority of ours. We know our streets need work, and we're investing in that through the capital budget. Another thing that we're going to invest in are ball fields and our parks. I know I have the opportunity to take my son Cooper to Riverview Park a lot, and it's a great park. It's wonderful, but it needs upgraded, as do many of our parks and ball fields. So we're going to invest almost $4 million into our ball fields and parks, something that's desperately needed, and once again creates that quality of life, creates an environment in which families want to live and continue to live in our city. So those are just a few of the investments that we'll make on the capital budget side in infrastructure and quality of life.
So paving will be doubled from last year to this year.
Correct.
And more investment in playgrounds and parks.
Playgrounds, parks, abandoned homes will once again be demolished at record levels. We're prioritizing that. Continue to deal with, as you mentioned, the quality of life issues that affect people. We want to make sure that our streets are clean, that our neighborhoods are safe, that people feel as if they have a sense of community in their neighborhood, and that's really what we'll invest in this year.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Enjoyed it.
Thank you for joining us
You're
today.
welcome.
It's our inaugural show, and we're very happy to have the Mayor as our guest.
Great. Thank you.
And now it's time for our Renaissance Roundup segment. As we all know, Pittsburgh is a city of neighborhoods, and each week we will highlight one city neighborhood. Today, we are featuring the Central North Side. The Central North Side is walkable and commuter friendly and features the Mexican War Streets neighborhood, with beautifully restored historic homes. Allegheny Commons Park is right next door. In fact, the park will soon be receiving a new playground following Mayor Luke Ravenstall's announcement of a partnership with Kaboom and others for a volunteer-based park rehabilitation. The new park will be built on June 19th by community volunteers, mayors, and city officials from across the state in conjunction with the Pennsylvania League of Cities and Municipalities annual convention. Last month, the mayor announced another new reason to take a walk through the Central North Side, the Garden Block Revitalization Project. This $17 million project will renovate the Garden Theater and Masonic buildings into trendy, new destination restaurants and loft-style apartments. The development will create 130 new jobs in the process. One of Pittsburgh's most successful restaurants, Nakama, will be opening a second Japanese sushi and hibachi bar in the now vacant Masonic building. This is yet another great reason to enjoy Central Northside's economic development. This neighborhood is definitely making a comeback, and we're eager to watch and support its revival. This has been What's the 412 with Joanna Joven. Be sure to tune in next time to find out what's happening in your neighborhood.